What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are actually new to the show, I am your host, Rashid White. My boy, Beric Burrell, is back up in the house over here.
What's going on, guys? Always a pleasure. Nice to see you guys again.
All right, so as you guys can actually see with the title on screen there, China snubs Space Jam despite LeBron's pathetic pandering, and right now the movie is an epic failure in a sense, though, and a disaster. You know, probably I wouldn't say one of the biggest ones in a sense, though, but I mean it could be up there. But Barrett, take us off on this over here, man. We're gonna pull up the article, man, that's actually highlighting this while you are giving your analysis.
My analysis is very simple, bro. Back in 2019, LeBron James basically made a comment about defending or saying the NBA player who made a public fool of himself defending China's Nazis back in 2019. And I think, when it comes down to it all, you don't have an astute logic or experience in global politics, man.
Geopolitical, it was like global geopolitical stuff. Yeah,
exactly. So you really don't have much of an education at the department. So the speak and defending China's Nazis is really not up to your blend of knowledge, and you shouldn't have had any business speaking about it. Now, because of that, of course, the Rockets general manager Daryl Morey at the time had tweeted his support for Hong Kong's protesters, and obviously, LeBron didn't want to get into the whole concept with that. But this is where we are right now. And, once you make these comments, you cannot expect China to support you. Simple as that.
All right, so get into this article over here. LeBron Space Jam, A New Legacy, died at the domestic box office this weekend with a pathetic $32 million opening. If that even holds by comparison, all the way back in 1996, Michael Jordan's original cleared $27.5 million. Now, guys, remember that the movies were actually a lot cheaper back then. I think it was like $7 or $8 to actually go to see a movie, and now today it's probably like $16, $18.
With less theaters back in '96, it was a lot less theaters back then.
A lot less theaters back then, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it was cheaper, right? So. But by comparison, let's just say Michael Jordan's original, Space Jam did do well domestically.
Beric, it actually says it right here in the article, on more than 1,000 fewer theaters. So actually, when you look at that comparison right there, the 1996 Space Jam blew this one away in a sense.
Yeah, they definitely did.
The money actually looks a little bit different in a sense, though. But with less theaters in a sense, though. This is the Space Jam back in the days, back when Michael Jordan did it. That was a really, really good opening in a sense, though.
Yeah, and you can see by the graphics in this film, the graphics are a lot sharper and more well defined, so you can understand why it's more. Yeah, exactly, technology itself. So you can see why there's more money invested in this film. But I don't know when they began. See, it doesn't really say when they began filming this movie, but. Knowing that LeBron James had made his comments about China, I don't know if that can really have an effect on who you're choosing to do this. But LeBron James' company and him being who he is, as far as the NBA being so-called the face of the NBA, they figured this was the best route. I myself feel like you could have went with Kevin Durant, or you made a suggestion about Chris Paul. I think you could have went that direction with those two particular ball players. And I think you'd have done a hell of a lot better domestically and globally. But to choose LeBron James, knowing how much he spoke politically or his lack of political knowledge and how he put his foot in his mouth many times, you really have to ask yourself, why would you even choose him to lead this movie? Because this movie doesn't look like it's going to have a chance to make up for the $250 million they invested.
Yeah, so LeBron's Space Jam sequel cost $150 million just to produce, and that doesn't include promotional costs, which easily could put it close to $250 million. Woo! I mean, that is plenty of movies die a domestic death at the box office. However, they still can become profitable and declare themselves a worldwide hit, thanks mainly to China's mammoth box office market. which has saved many Hollywood blockbusters from financial catastrophe.
Yeah.
Now, see, I didn't realize that. I never knew that. In a sense. Well, so far, the communist Chinese have said no to LeBron's Space Jam sequel, which is currently available. Which is currently available on HBO Max, which makes the top shelf pirated copies easy to create. So it's highly unlikely China opening can even save it.
Nope.
You know, yeah. But of course, thanks to pirating, my guess that everyone in China who wants to see Space Jam, a new legacy, already has. Sorry, LeBron. Damn, man.
Yeah, this doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. Doesn't look good at all. Yeah, it doesn't look good at all.
It could happen to a better person, right?
Yeah, of course. Of course. You know what I mean? Well, man, you know, and listen, there's a lot of LeBron James fans out there that just look at this and like, yo, listen, stop hating on this guy, stop pouring salt on him. We're not hating on the man. We're not pouring salt on him, but this is what's being written. These are numbers. These are facts. And not to mention, you're the one that made the comments. So, you know, you got to go with that and go from there, you know?
Yep. And yeah, you're right. And like I said, this article actually points out to the China communist Nazis statement that LeBron actually made. And,
that's right.
And over here, this Daryl Morey response over here is like, I don't want to get into a feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand. Yeah, like you know about geopolitics, man. Shut the F up, LeBron. And he spoke, and so many people could have been harmed, not only financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what we tweet and say and we do, even though, yes, we do have freedom of speech, but there can be a lot of negative that comes with that too. So
you gotta be careful before you hit them.
Defending China, in a sense, though.
Yeah, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, you know, I don't have much of an intel on what was going on in China, especially back in 2019. So if I'm not fully aware or familiar with everything that's going on over there, I'm not going to speak on it. But
you got Hong Kong that wants that wants to stay separate from mainland China, you know, and they want to stay under the British rules back, you know, when the British was, had control of it in a sense. Though China wants to actually take it over, you know, and have it become part of the Chinese regime. So that's where the whole thing is going on there. The whole fighting is going on over there. It's just, you know, people like the way Hong Kong rules are in a sense, and the laws are, and that they don't want to be on the Chinese Xi Jinping's, rule.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. That's the gentleman's name I was thinking about. All right. So yeah, so there you go. There you have it in a nutshell. So, you know, I hope that in many ways and none that they can be able to recoup a lot of money they invested in this film. But I don't think it's
gonna happen, man.
I don't think. Like I said, I hope. But like I said, if there's gonna be another Space Jam moving forward, which it probably will be, you're definitely going to have to change the lead man. It can't be LeBron.
Yeah, get somebody with, like I said, some charisma. LeBron is not charismatic. He's just not. Yeah. He's not. He's not. You can't force somebody to you guys got to stop doing that, man. Stop trying to force us into things that if he doesn't have no charisma, he doesn't have no charisma.
Exactly.
It's not just the acting in a sense, though. You need the charisma. You need that like that spark about you, and he doesn't have it.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But again, hey, this is big business, and the movie business is very rough. And if you have a forward plan, you start putting these films together years in advance. And I guess when they had this in mind, this wasn't going on. There was no woke movement going on. LeBron wasn't making the comments. But as time moves forward, you already made the contract, you already made the investments, and here we go. So,
yep.
But we're going to have to move on from it. So anyway, guys.
We're going to wrap this video up over here, man. This is a great video here. Definitely, if you got any value out of it, please like, comment, subscribe. Smash that like button, man. If you got to get like a big old jackhammer there, man, a big hammer, and smash that like button, man. Smash it so hard, man, that it just goes right through the floor, man.
That's it. There you go. Smash the like button. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Peace.